Free speech is dying in England. Also, there's a movement that may be challenging the mayoral election in Mobile. Hi folks, I'm Rob Morris with Mobile Pirate Radio, and this is MPR News. Check it out. Remember Greta Thunberg? She done made 2 trips to Gaza trying to take food to the Palestinians, and they turned her around. Well, she's changed her sights and turned the boat around. Now she's sailing to rescue those 5 castaways on Gilligan's Island. Maybe she'll find them. Now look here. The free speech in England. The guy in England, a Brit, said, "I like bacon." And because he said that near a mosque in England, he got arrested for it. I like bacon. You like bacon? I like sausage. I like pulled pork. Free speech is going to hell in a handbasket in England, folks. You just mark my words on that. Now look at here. The Democratic mayor in Birmingham is endorsing the Democratic socialist Barbara Drummond to become mayor of Mobile. Folks, wake up. Mobile, wake up. We can't have this. If we do, Trump just might be sending National Guard down here too. Who knows? You know, with the crime and stuff with these Democratic ran cities. Mark my word. Now there's a movement, rumor going on Facebook that perhaps the mayoral election here in Mobile wasn't right. Okay, there's been a lot of discrepancies as far as people trying to go vote, getting turned around and couldn't vote, didn't have time to go to the other polling place to vote, plus the integrity of the election where certain candidates, poll workers, were staying in front of the entrances to some of the polling places, harassing the voters. So, who knows what's going to happen with this? We'll have to wait and see. But as far as the runoff goes in Chickasaw, Alabama, Tyron Colvin, that's your man, folks. You can take that to the bank, because he's the man for the job. Now look, I got to share a story with you. Killer Beast is supposed to be on the program soon. We're waiting to hear back from him to book him for a little podcast session, and that should be a hoot. If you haven't heard of him, he's funny. Got a lot of stories to tell about this boy. Right? Back in the day when I introduced him at the comedy club in Mobile, when I was in radio, he would open up his act saying, "Y'all, have you heard of Tillman's Corner? Save up." That was one of his famous words. Save up. Well, I got a story to tell you about Tillman's Corner. A friend of mine was going with his wife to go shopping at Tillman's Corner, Walmart, on Rangeline Road. And they had some car problems. When they pulled up in the parking lot, the car cut off. Well, my friend said, "Honey, go on in there and get the groceries. I'll take care of the car. I'll work on it and get it fixed by the time you come out." Well, she went in there and shopped, you know, and she come back out from the shopping center with her cart and all, pulling the groceries, pushing the groceries to the car, and there was a crowd of people standing around the car. And she thought, what in the world is going on here? You know, so she busted through the crowd, you know, gently as she could, and she saw the pair of legs sticking out from underneath the front of the car on the ground, you know, face up, and he had some shorts on and his junk was hanging out. Well, she immediately got down on the ground and pushed all his junk back up in there and, you know, tidied him up and everything. She stood back up and saw her husband standing by the driver's side door going. It ended up that the mechanic had to have 7 stitches in his head. Things happen in Tillman's Corner. Anyway, I'm Rob Morris. It's been a slow news day, but thank you for joining me. Like and share, please. And don't forget to tell a friend. Have a good night.